What's up, guys and gals? Welcome back to the Nerd Castle. Today in the world of indie games, we're taking a look at a title called The Thaumaturge. The developers have fired this on over from 11-bit. Just to take a look at it, this is their Gamescom demo that they were showing off at conventions. So I figure we'll give it a spin here today because they were so friendly to send it over and see if it's any good or if it's something you want to keep an eye on. This game is not out. It's not coming out for a while. This is basically like a promotional demo that they were just giving out for like packs and stuff like that. And they decided to fire it on over. So let's take a look at it. Let's see what's going on. Honestly, from what I've seen, I don't really know what the storyline or the themes are here. It seems like you're kind of like a summoner or like a guy that can talk to spirits. And it's an RPG that surrounds that idea. So let's go ahead and jump on in. As always, if after watching this you wanted to get the game for yourself, I got a link for you down below in the description. On top of that, you can also take a look down there if you wanted to find a link to my Twitch stream and my Discord, just in case you wanted to hang out live, ask me questions. I'm live a lot more on Twitch than I am here on YouTube. You're getting like 30 minutes of content a day here. I'm live like 6 hours a day over there, so you might as well swing through. Let's give it a run. Your name is Wiktor Zolski. You are a Thaumaturge. You are able to read the secrets hidden within human souls and speak to the darkness. Your city, from which you were banished years ago, calls upon you to challenge your past. While investigating the place of your father's mysterious and sudden death, you have been kidnapped. It looks like Warsaw in 1905 has plans for you this evening.
Tie him up. There you go. Tighter.
We took his book.
Well done. All right, let's wake the asshole up. Wakey, wakey.
What's...
Well, come on, Sleeping Beauty. I haven't got all day. Now, let me get a good look at you. You look rough, fancy boy. This isn't what I was expecting.
So what did you expect?
Well, what did you expect?
That after years of hanging out in Parisian salons, you'd come back handsome and spruced up.
How do you know about Paris?
Nothing stays secret from Niedzic, right?
Shit. Just read out my birth certificate, why don't you?
Aba ulicy Niedzic.
Long time no see, Shulsky.
So, like, why you got me tied to a chair, man?
What kind of a sick idea is this? Kidnapping me?
It's a joke! You don't find it funny?
No.
What does it feel like to have your life depend on me?
I don't know, man. What's it feel like to have a hairline that's under attack by gravity? Feels bad.
Not the best. Listen, I understand you hold some resentment within yourself over what happened, but I can't change the past.
You told me to wait for help, and instead the boys in blue showed up, and you washed your hands of it, and left my pop to rot in prison. At least admit that you acted like a dick.
I mean, apparently, like, I'm a rat snitch, so I'm gonna confess.
I admit that it was a shitty move on my father's part.
Your father's? Well, look at this weasel. Straight to whitewashing the past. Like father, like son, eh?
My father's karma came back to bite him. A horrible death in return for the kind of man he was. I'm sure you heard.
Well, admittedly, nothing's put a spring in my step in a long while, like hearing that Shulsky met his end as sludge on the sidewalk. They say the devil doesn't take the wicked, but for your old man, he made an exception.
Now that he's dead, let's put the past behind us.
There'd be no reason to talk if you hadn't pinched Papa's gut back then. Victor, it kills me that we pulled the trigger together. Together.
Niedzic? Where's that rat?
What the fuck?
Boss, it's the Cossacks again.
Come here, coward!
Looks like you've got a chance for redemption. Let's show these dickheads you don't mess with the shivs.
We're called the Shivs? You want to be any more on the nose with that gang name right there? All right, so apparently I get to have a look around now. We're actively playing the game. There's a book over here. Oh, not a book, a newspaper. There's also there's lots of readable material around here. Lots of people owing rubles.
Shitheads better have a good excuse, because I was right in the middle of an incredibly important meeting.
It was fate that decided. We flipped a coin, and it turns out that today we're practicing.
Feathers? The bee? I know you. You're... I can't remember now.
Up, but today you'll regret it. Today I've got the Demon Master on my side. Show these cretins, Victor.
We summoning demons out here? Oh, shoot, there's a combat system. I thought, dude, from the opening of the game, so this is like one of those demos that opens with like 20 minutes of dialogue, and so I know that's a bit of hyperbole. We're at like 8 minutes right now. But anyways, enemies lose health points, we win. Should be simple enough. I had thought that it was mostly going to be like, he's got a sword though, dude. Can demons fight swords? Like, can we summon a demon faster than he can hit us with a sword? I have questions about this predicament that we're currently in. All right, so we've got Old Wound. Apparently we pull like from a deck or something. That's a little bit disappointing. I don't like card game mechanics. Planned Attack. Inflicts damage, 60% chance of doing double damage. It looks like, oh, we've also got a timeline system up top, just like in Grandia or other games like that. So it looks like, who is this right here? A shallow cut from him? So the guy in the back has a gun. Somebody here is throwing a right hook. I assume that's the homie. We've got like some kind of demon standing on a stick back here too. What happens if I issue an order? Upir. He is capable of healing. The power of his offensive skills depends on your health points. And then we've got Bukavach, a salutor from the Dimension of Deed who can disable an indicated enemy's trait. Okay, oh, yeah, let's get him. Okay, yeah, he looks a lot more threatening. That guy looks like he's worrisome. So we've got Howl. If the enemy's hit points are at or lower than 50%, it looks like it just puts a dot on them, but it disables enemy traits. Do we know what their traits are? We also have Bloody Wedding. Each enemy with the Suffering state increases the damage inflicted with this skill by 8. So that's Suffering right there. Okay, we've got Doom. It inflicts damage. The lower the enemy's health points, the faster the skill speed. Okay, so that's kind of like a finisher, I guess. So we're supposed to start out with something like Howl. Let's do that. So me and my demon act independently of one another. Okay, so we need to put Suffering on one of these guys because all of his abilities rely on how much suffering there is. I don't know what I just did. It kind of looks like I just wiggled my hand over the top of the book and then the guy was just like, I'm having a mental breakdown. This reminds me of my father. Why would you ever put your hand near a book? And I'm like, okay, whatever, dude. So we also need to, like, do something out here in order to take these cats down. So this guy has Suffering. I can smack him. That's probably, like, fine. I can issue an order to my demon, too. That does 8 damage per stack of Suffering. Doom also hits pretty hard. Yeah, go ahead and bite him, I guess. Bite him and I'll smack him. Yo, he just knifed my dude, though. He hit me in the face with a sword, too. I hated it. Don't ever hit me in the face with a sword, bro. That was a good, yeah, get him right in the kidney. That's the good hit right there. That's the spot you want to get him in. It's either the kidney or, like, the soul. I've been shot. Why am I in a gunfight with... I mean, I guess I have a giant, terrifying demon at the moment. So what does Upir do? So Upir, it's not a card game then. I'm glad to see that it's not a card game. These icons should be quite a bit larger though. They're kind of like tiny. I would almost like, I don't know, pull the camera out a little bit further and maybe put them at the top of the screen or like put them bottom centered. I don't know, these cards are like tiny. Eerie Intoxication inflicts damage, restores your health points by 8, which is half of what you've lost. Yeah, it's probably not the worst idea. We also have like a sword stab we can do right here. Bloody Penance. Yeah, do that one. Do that one right there, and we'll see if we can knock this guy out with a planned attack. I'm just going to stand here and get hit in the face with swords because that's how I like to live my life. Oh, I have a gun? Why'd you punch him in the kidneys, bro? Why didn't you break out the gun first? There's a knife, a sword, and a gun on the field of play. If that was not the time to pull a gun on somebody, then there is no time to pull a gun on somebody. You didn't tell me you had a gun underneath your book, dude. Fan the hammer on that thing. I don't know what this does, but I'm going to try it. I have no clue. It says that it does something about mitigating damage, but I want to see what happens. Over here, you should definitely stab this guy with a magic sword. And when you stab him with a magic sword, I want to get my health back because he's been stabbing me with a real sword. Oh, it reduced the damage to 1. That was pretty sick. I'll take that. Okay, let's plan attack this guy. See if I can shoot him with a gun again. That was a pretty cool animation, man. My demon's kind of dope. I kind of like my demon. He's kind of like my demon homie. I don't know, man. What does that one do right there? Liberum Veto. Reduces focus, removes all native... Okay, so it gets rid of all my status effects. I do have a lot of status effects. You might want to do that. There you go. Get him in the kidney. With the sucker punch. The punch animations are on point. I like how he flicked out that punch. It looked good.
You never let me down. This is the best way to start an evening at Niedzic's bar.
If we're to have fun, let's do it right. A round for everyone!
I'm a little bit confused.
Right. Here, Polish pure, the mother of all libations. Enjoy it. Who knows what piss you've been drinking abroad?
So, are we quits? I helped you out. Now, can we forget all that ancient history?
Don't be so sly, Victor. We're not squared up yet. That burns nicely.
My knuckles are itching. Let's go somewhere and pick a fight.
Good riddance. Well, what do you say, Victor?
I'm a little confused about how that situation unfolded. See, where I come from, if you're shooting each other with guns and slashing each other with sabers and knifing each other with Bowie knives, you don't, like, get up and start laughing together afterwards like it was all, like, one big joke. I'm a little bit vexed about what just happened in that situation. I don't think people go from shooting guns at each other to being best friends. It's kind of like the Bloods and Crips episode of South Park. We're like, hold on, man, what are we doing? Like, hold on, you know, like...
It seems to me there's work for me to do at your bar.
No shit. I'll give you a hand.
Not like that. Thaumaturgical work. It seems to me there's a salutor here.
What the fuck? Who brought a demon into my joint? I'll give him... Although, hang on now. A demon is a good publicity. Hey, everybody! From this day forth, the London bar will be known as... The Demon's Den! Go and tell everybody that here is the only place you can do shots in the devil's company.
Listen, you keep on thinking about how you can develop your business, and I'm going to take a look around and come right back.
Go! I'm going to wet my whistle and see how you do your hocus pocus. If you need something, I'm here, and I'll give you a hand.
Maybe it was just like play fighting with the swords and guns. Like maybe it was like, you know, we were shooting like, I don't know, Orbeez or something at one another. And it was just till somebody's like, ow, that was stingy, you know. So we need to go observate things. Let us go forth and observate. I'm sure I'll figure it out. There we go. So there's something going on over here. Let's kind of walk around. So there's a thing on the wall. A hidden observation. A bullet hole. There's a hole in the wall with a bullet still stuck in it. My first expectation is always to find fear, doubt, or anger behind a bullet. After all, who shoots just like that, treating it like a game? That's what I'm saying about that last fight that we were just in, and then we all started laughing after we got done shooting each other. The game has just acknowledged the pacing problem that exists right there. That's... All right, fair. We found a bullet hole in the wall. Anything else around here? Let's keep doing, like, thaumaturgical stuff, man. I can't walk around while I'm thaumaturging, so, like, we gotta kind of, like, move to other corners and whatnot. There's something I can read right here. It looks like it's just a restaurant menu. You can have borscht. You can have fruit soup. You can have pottage with some mud bugs in it. Apparently, there's just lettuce. You can just order lettuce. I'll have a lettuce. That will be my snack. Ooh, there's things happening over here. Hidden observation? What does that say? Should have listened to Ma and stayed in the countryside. A wooden pole with traces of knife throwing. Okay. It looks like if we have like a leveled up stat or something, maybe we can investigate it further, sort of like Disco Elysium style. Individual splinters will remember the cold steel of the blade, which is guided by a heart marked with competitiveness. It had no precision, only stupidity fueled by the desire to win. So we found a familiar trace of a reckless man. We also found a dirty rag that's soaked in blood. The ultimate blood, fresh, that flows from a fatal wound, carelessly put away. It is the last reminder of a brawl that had a tragic ending. Okay. What else we got going on over here? Well, looks like all the other things are kind of like upstairs, I guess. So we'll go up here and take a look around. Dude, there's blood everywhere. What is this bar? Why would anyone come here? There's blood, broken glass, knives. Like, this is a terrible place, dude. To the eyes. It's a poem. Okay. What else you got going on back here? Anything hidden and sneaky? There's a hidden observation on the plank right there. A broken window with planks where the glass used to be. There are fragments of human tissue nearby. A man flew through this window, leaving behind the memory of his bleeding body. Good Lord. I still don't see the appeal of coming to this bar. I feel like only bad things happen here. A sturdy hunting knife engraved with the initials A.N. carries the memory of poetry being recited in different situations, whether while picking dirt from under one's nails or mutilating somebody's face. The bloodstained blade must be a good source of inspiration. From the wooden inlaid handle protrudes a long, sharp pommel that has tasted blood and stripped people of body parts more than once. The knife is a bloodthirsty beast that demands to be fed. Conclusion. The London bar couldn't belong to anybody else, as it perfectly represents... I can't pronounce that, man. We don't have, in English, we don't have Y's and stuff in those spots. That's complicated right there. Abarici? I don't know, man. I'm going to go with that, because I think in Polish, the C makes a ch sound a lot of the time. But I don't know, man. I don't know. The parties here often get out of control and would end badly and even tragically for those involved. It smells of blood, stupidity, foolhardiness, soaked in alcohol. People have surmised the same thing about my life and existence. Feel better, little bar. Don't let them get you down. A funny photo. We took a picture of ourselves as school kids, constantly in search of a brawl. All right. Oh, what is that thing, dude? It's right, the Oopier?
Vodka, revelry, extreme opinions, violence. That giant bird must enjoy it. And I'm sure it also stirs up the chaos.
Victor, time for penalty drinks.
Feathers, a beak, those eyes. Who are you? I can't focus.
Don't make me come over there!
Do I know someone with mood swings, a tendency for bravado, and a weakness for booze?
You just gotta sit there quietly, bro? Just hanging out on top of your cane or whatever it is? Alright. I mean, given what we know, it's probably Nejic, right? It's gotta be.
Have you nosed around my humble little hole in the wall? What's the word?
I've had a look around and something's caught my attention. I think they might have something to do with the salutor.
Well then, shoot!
So what's up with the bloody rag, man?
Empty water and a blood-soaked rag. Whose blood is this?
As if I remember everybody who's bled on the floor here. Every day we've got to clean up after somebody. Is that everything, or have you found anything else?
Bullet hole.
They died from this bullet that got stuck in the post?
Bullets fly every which way here. That's the atmosphere. Was someone killed? Probably, but that's not very unusual. Look how helpful I am. Keep going.
He pointed the wrong way at the bullet in the post. He pointed that way, but the bullet hole was that way. There's little continuity things here, man.
Who smashed your window?
How long it's been? 2 days, I think. This one Russian bigwig was really fucking irritating me, so I politely asked him to leave. What else can I help you with? Tell me. I'm at your service.
You like to go wild here, huh? Are you often the one who gets the old crazy ball rolling?
You know, I used to have a puppy. This little fluff ball was hanging out under the bar. I have a heart, Victor. I have a big heart. Not like those morons over there. To Cossacks, a game without a corpse is no game at all. For me, knocking out teeth, breaking hands, I'll take it. A stiff spoils the mood a bit. That's my opinion.
You get a lot of stiffs here then?
Where my corpse here lieth down. Something looketh around. What do you call a lot? 3 a month on average, I'd say. Danis, that Cossack with a dick where his head should be, pulled out his revolver one day and wanted to play Russian roulette. Only with his revolver. But fuck it, I'm not handing my head over so easily to a butcher like that. Well then I'll ask you, is he an idiot or what?
I have to gather my thoughts.
Go ahead. I have to gather myself a little too. Lelek. What the hell did you say, Victor? You're out of your goddamn mind.
The salutor's name's Lelek. Well, yes, the beak, the feathers, the trill. He loves the smell of death, and he enjoys risk and foolishness, which he also fuels.
So let's go get Lelek.
Yeah, come on. Where about it is, Lelek could be as well. Maybe his flaw is speaking for him.
Whoever's with us is with us, and whoever's against us, fuck 'em. Come on. I'll show you places even the philosophers never dreamed of. Maybe your demon will be drinking vodka somewhere there, too.
All right. Apparently we're hunting the Lelek. The Lelek must be hunted. We can't really do anything with this just yet because I don't think I have the skills to do it. The bouncer says I can leave those, so that's good. So as a Thaumaturge, you possess exceptional perception. You can see things that are hidden from sight, and you can anticipate your enemy's actions. You can follow traces of emotions, thoughts, actions, words, and reach your goal faster. All right, well, it looks like it wants me to go this way. Like, does stuff happen all over the place? Like, are there constantly going to be signs of, like, weird little things happening and, like, the Lelek being around? Hey, we got something on the ground right here. What is this? A broken bottle with blood splattered nearby. Okay, sounds good. Anything that helps us figure out where the Lelek's gonna be at. This lamp right here has something going on. A damaged street lamp with muddied soles on it. Someone tried to climb it. Fair. I feel like good decision-making doesn't really happen in this neighborhood. A Cossack's hat. No ordinary hat. It is a vessel for memories of friendship and a comfort zone in which you can be yourself. It's kind of like a mess around here, man. 1905 Warsaw, whichever neighborhood we're in, This does not appear to be the neighborhood you want to be in. This is like the neighborhood you avoid. What do we have going on over here? What is that? A propaganda brochure. One suggestion I would have is let the player walk while they're holding down the right click in order to do like the thaumaturgical scanning or whatever. It would definitely make the game flow a little bit better because the circle either needs to like instantly expand out and scan the area around you if it's going to stop you from moving, or letting the player walk while it slowly expands would be good too, and just have them like hold their hands up. Some Tsar Nicholas looking dude over here. Have them hold their hands up as though they're like invoking or something like that. What else we got around here? We got cups and mugs and things laying around. Doesn't look like we can mostly like talk to anybody. It does look like there's a door down here I can go in though, and I think I scanned most of the street. I think Alberisi wants me to come back over here with him. Hey, we got something on this side. Keep hoping I'll get enough XP to level up. I want to see what leveling up looks like in an RPG like this, because despite the fact it's got like a good layer of jank on it, like, it definitely has an interesting premise that I'm into. There are very few games I think that can pull off investigative RPG very well. I think the one that did it right was kind of Disco Elysium. But that doesn't mean I'm not excited about other games trying to pull it off. Let's see. It says the property of Alberisi. Oh, Nejic is his last name. Okay. This notebook is a vessel into which inspiration is poured. Behind the mask of barbarism, the mask of a ruthless gangster conceals a sensitive soul. He's writing poetry and stuff, dude, in between, like, knifing people. Torn between conflicting feelings, he balances on a thin line between beauty and ugliness, tenderness and violence. Confronting him with his inner chaos might reveal that flaw. Okay, like, I leveled up, I think.
Welcome to my world.
Meaning what? That they've got a guy tied up in the back here too, and they're about to threaten to drown him in the Vistula?
I see the positive mood of the neighborhood has infected you. Wonderful. But you guessed wrong, friend. Here, well, magic happens here. Thought is transformed into word to penetrate the material and infuse the universe with tenderness. All right, let's drink. Shall we?
A double barrel each, please.
People come here to tickle their palates with exquisite libations. Let's do a Milk of 83.
You're not messing around.
After years of begging and eating scraps off aristocratic tables, I'm not messing around.
You come here to get some fresh air away from the underworld?
I come here so I don't forget who I am. A poet.
I guess, hold on. I saw a thing that was lit up. Give me a second. Just give me a second. Just give me a second, because I saw like a thing happen. So we have development points over here. So from what I could tell, you have kind of like this sphere grid over here, and you spend resources of varying shapes in order to unlock these. And then these are mods that you can add to the attacks that your character already has. So like if I take this guy right here maybe. Actually, let's try. So we've got quick attacks up here, right? So it looks like your attacks have slots in them, and I think I can click and drag them over. So we've got like a quick attack, right? So we can give it a 60% chance of doing double damage. We can have perfect efficiency, which means it casts perfectionism, which means that it gives us the maximum damage inside the window. We can make it restore our focus, or we can have it have a chance of stopping the enemy from doing like an action right there. That seems cool. That right there will make the enemy exposed for 5 turns, making them take 50% more damage. Planned attack does 11 to 14, and that's one right there that I would probably say you either want to go with perfect efficiency on, or gamble might work on that one as well. And so that seems to be how the upgrade system works. We also have belongings up inside of here. This menu right here, what does this one do? We have flaws. So many people have flaws, but only thaumaturges are aware of them. They are blemishes on a personality created as a result of turbulent experiences. They attract saluters, and they allow thaumaturges to make a pact with the salutor. Your flaw is pride. If you nurture it by making the right choices, it will impact courses of events in the future. Okay. And then what is this guy right here? This guy over here just lets me look at my summons or like my little... Okay. My little dudes that like hang out with me in battle. Man, he's a gropey little bastard, isn't he? Well, what an interesting little intro to... I'm intrigued. I'm intrigued. You can feel a little bit of the wonk in the dialogue, and you can definitely feel the pacing and the clunk in the dialogue. But I am interested by the present. I'm interested in the premise for sure. Like summoning demons and like a lighter combat RPG where you're spending a lot more time like talking and investigating. That sounds interesting to me, but it still has kind of like the combat system in there and whatnot, where you can swing on some foes if you need to. I'll keep an eye on it. Who knows? Maybe it'll turn out to be something interesting and unique, kind of like Disco Elysium was. I will see you all later. Thank you for stopping on in. And this is the Thaumaturge, the Gamescom demo that they've been showing off to people. I dig the premise so far. I will catch you all later. Thank you for stopping on in, and that's about all I've got.